Hey, Troy. Good to have you back. I love asking this question because I get interesting answers. And can you share with us one, two, or three briefly people that have been influencers in your life?
Yeah. One, I love this question. It's really a lot. Um, and the reason I love it is because it's like it provides a sense of humble lineage from people who are giving their gifts very anonymously in the world. And when you asked this question, I had a few people that came to mind. One was our elder Jack. His name's Jack Zimmerman. He's been a deep, let's say, like relationship counselor. He's maybe 89 now. My wife and I lived with him for the past few years, and it's been a he's offered a perspective of relationship that I would say crosses the barrier of non-duality and relating, and wrote an amazing book, Jack and Jacqueline, of like their sex life in their 80s. So it just provides a perspective for me about the ongoing mystery of intimacy that is independent of cultural stereotypes that we have about how people relate. Another, and actually funny, another person who just popped to mind was my fourth and fifth grade teacher, Greg Hart. Funny, I wonder why he popped to mind. I think it's because he feels like one of the like warm, kind, like one of the wisest people that I've known. And I mean, in addition to being my fourth grade teacher, I think he became a house painter. And so it's just leaving it with the question, why is one of the wisest people I know a house painter? Right. And so as also maybe a way for anyone listening or watching to realize that giving your gifts in the world doesn't have to look anything like what society or our culture says is valuable or has a big impact or has a scalable impact or makes a lot of money. And I remember one time I was sort of like young and arrogant and ambitious, talking about making a lot of money and I think investing in the stock market or something. And he was like, at what point is it enough? And it's not to say that making money is bad or having big impact is bad or that we shouldn't go do it.
Right.
But it did humble me in a way that uh, like expression of love and warmth is not always and real impact. So like I could feel the impact on me. Real impact is not scalable. Another person I had in mind when you asked the question was my wife, my partner Marie, and just the adventure that we've been on to expose ourselves to the outside world, to each other, um, and be on a process of growing up and becoming elders, right? Like becoming future elders,
Right.
and being models for people who have not figured it out but are committed to the process of being deeply in the work, is like a continual inspiration to me. Um,
That's pretty darn good because you went full circle to realizing that consciously and non-consciously you're an influencer of other people all the time.
mhm, yeah.
So I wanted to ask you with respect to the Zimmermans and their sex life in the 80s, do you have to leave the house often
Do in what way?
for them to practice their theories?
Well, his wife died a handful of years ago, and
Okay.
so uh, you can go read all about their lives in the books that he wrote. I can send you a link.
Yeah, please
Um,
send me a link. It'll give me something to look forward to when I eventually get there.
yeah, yeah.
Thank you.
I think you would love that perspective.
Yeah, no, it sounds fantastic, and I really appreciate you sharing that. That's why I love asking that question. It makes people feel, which is really terrific. So thanks, man. Really, really good stuff.
Yeah, great. Thanks for the time, Mark. Really appreciate it.